Weesin Hogan Show!
Hi guys, I'm Hogan. This is Weezy. Today we're going to talk about mold.
Why do people associate moles with that thing on your face?
Yeah, they're used every day.
The big black thing? Ew! No, I mean this.
Mr. Avocado's number has benefited chemistry in numerous ways. A mole is the amount of substance that contains 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd representative particles found in 1 mole of any substance.
It means Avogadro's number, I think. 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. Wait, what did the avocado thing do again? Avogadro. You can use this number to convert moles to many other units or other units converted back to moles. For example, if you have 1 mole of oxygen, then that 1 mole would equal 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of oxygen. The molar mass on the periodic table is the mass in grams of 1 mole of any substance, and that is equal to the atomic mass of that element. Well, I think it's time for a letter to the student. So, I think Avogadro has something to tell you guys, and it sounds really weird, but he says, "Dear students, call me. You know my number. Sincerely, Avogadro."
Put that in the intro.
No, it doesn't.
Let's do some more practice problems. Yay! How are you doing? How are you doing?
Absolutely. Get up here.
Here you go.
Thank you. So, do we start with avocado's number?
No, you start with what the problem gives you, and it's avocado.
Oh, sorry.
It's a,
So, 1 mole and 2.
yep.
Do we put avocado's number now?
Yeah, because 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms or ions is in 1 mole of any substance. So then you calculate that, and your answer would be 1.204 times 10.
मन में तो राधा के ही प्रेम के हैं फूल खिले इसलिए राधा जले इसलिए राधा जले
Yay! Yeah, was that easy? Thank you. So, I'm at her house and I am currently trying to teach her chemistry, but she is kind of... Oh, and for some reason we seem to have a few fan letters. Let's see what they say. Dear Maya, you are so funny, smart, and pretty. Oh, how I wish I could be you. Anyways, by the way, can you do some more problems for me, please? So, if I had 2.05 times 10 to the 13 gazelles, how many moles of gazelles do I have? Thanks. Bye. Some girl. .05 times 10 to the 13 gazelles. I forgot its horns. Okay, it's so ugly. And then you're trying to find how many moles you have out of 2.05 times 10 to the 13 gazelles. So if you have that many gazelles, 1 mole has 6.02 times 10 to the 23 particles, gazelles, ions, gazelles, atoms, snehas, gazelles of a substance. So you would put his number right here. This is not a dating hotline. I'm sorry. Yes, I know you're gonna be forever alone. Too bad. Because there's that many gazelles, particles, atoms, snehas, gazelles in 1 mole of any substance. So at the top you should write 1 mole.
Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
Yay! And then imagine you had 3 moles of trimethylxanthine. A Starbucks Frappuccino has 5.31 times 10 to the 7 particles of trimethylxanthine. How many Starbucks Frappuccinos can you make? So you start off with 3 moles because that's what it gave you. And 3 moles would have 1 mole at the bottom, and 1 mole would equal 6.02 times 10 to 23 particles. And since 1 Frappuccino has 5.31 times 10 to the 7 particles, at the top would be 1 Frappuccino. So after you calculate that, your answer should be, with sig figs, something like 3 times 10 to the 16. Moles are also used in stoichiometry. Stoichiometry studies the amount of substances that are involved in the reactions. You can use it to determine the amount of a substance needed to fulfill the requirements of the reaction. Okay, so this one stoich problem, we have the equation 2HCl plus Na2SO4 yields 2NaCl plus H2SO4. And the problem is, if you start with 20 grams of HCl, how many grams of H2SO4 will be produced? Since the problem gives you 20 grams, you'd start with 20 grams of HCl. If you look at the periodic table and add up all the H's and Cl's, you'd get somewhere around like 36.461 grams of HCl, and that would equal to 1 mole of HCl. And then since the problem has 2 moles of HCl, you write that down here. And since it produces 1 mole of H2SO4, you'd write that down up here, H2SO4. And then, so 1 mole of that would be equal to 98.078 grams of H2SO4, and you get that number from adding up 2 H's and 1 S and 4 O's on the periodic table. After you calculate all that, you get something like 27 grams of H2SO4, and after you do your sig figs, that'd be like 30 grams of H2SO4. And that, guys, is your intro to stoichiometry.
ओ मितवा सुन मितवा तुझको क्या डर है रे